Oh, there you are, YouTube. Hey, what do you got in your advent calendars? Oh, you got yours out already?
Yeah.
What on earth?
It's a reindeer with a big nose.
Reindeer with a big nose. I don't know. I might have to...
I can't see.
Did you get that one too? What is that? I'm going to have to do a close-up.
It's a reindeer.
Okay, yeah. Reindeer. I can kind of tell. Probably Rudolph. Look at that nose. I think he's got a big nose, maybe.
It's Rudolph.
Yeah. Cool.
The little pom-pom.
December 17. What are we watching? Oh, look, that's a pom-pom.
FATMAN.
All right.
FATMAN.
It sounds like Batman, but that's with Mel Gibson. Here we go. Let's check it out. So I thought FATMAN was pretty cool. It's like low budget. I don't really know how to describe the budget. I don't know. Sometimes it felt uneven when it came to the tone, and I feel like there were some moments where they tried to make the movie a little silly, and that's mostly with the villain, who is Walter Goggins. And some of the things he does almost makes him feel like he's like the villain of like a kid's movie, and but with swearing, you know, that sort of thing. Like something that like Frankie Muniz would be in, you know, or like a Home Alone 4 type movie. And that's not consistent throughout the movie, but it would happen every once in a while, and it was just made things feel a little different than the rest of the movie. But I really liked how they treated a lot of the other things, like when it came to the grittiness or trying to convey like a reality, I don't know, that's not the right thing, of the Santa Claus job. I don't think I'm going to get into plot or anything, just going to touch on various details like I did with Goggins there. But the way the elves were treated, I thought they were done very well. I liked their grittiness. I liked the food they eat is just sugar, starches, pastries, candy, stuff like that. Like everything that Will Ferrell eats in Elf, right? And it just wasn't beautiful when they were eating all of it. Like it felt very much like mess hall type thing, or cafeteria, and just the design of the area in which that cafeteria was and how the food was available and prepared and all of that just didn't have a clean quality to it. Like it had like just very deep blue collar factory mining, I don't know, like that sort of imagery, stereotypes that you would see in movies, that sort of thing. And I don't know, I just thought that was all really interesting. And same thing with the way they handled Santa Claus, Kris Kringle, played by Mel Gibson. I think he was great in this. I don't know. It's weird because the movie is like striving for some sort of odd realism, and obviously Santa Claus is fantastical, and there are fantastical things that happen, like, you know, Christmas happens, and there's this idea that he's, you know, flying through the air with reindeer. We see the reindeer and everything, but we never see the magic really happen in real time. I guess the most magical thing that we see happen is just the existence of the elves. But again, they were just handled really well. I don't know, I'm going to be hopping around here. There were also like, so kids aren't as good as they used to be, so he's not making as many toys anymore, and he's partnered with the government to, you know, make an output of toys for kids, and he didn't make that output because the kids aren't doing as well, so the government's having him do other work, and the elves do other work for the government, like military. So the military's kind of occupied his workshop, right? And they're having the elves make military items. And some of the military people sometimes sort of have that similar thing that Goggins has, where they play it a little bit over the top, but I felt like Mel Gibson, like Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, just felt very grounded in this gritty reality, right? It doesn't quite reach, and I think this is like budget, it doesn't reach, you know, like the Batman, which came out this year, but it's almost like if they could have gotten there, budget-wise, they would have taken it there. So, I don't know, I enjoyed it. There are parts that lag a little bit, but overall, I was like, this is cool. This is like something that I am into and would, like, it's almost like I don't know, I always had this dream of watching a movie as like serious as, I don't know, Nomadland, right? And like just one of the characters in Nomadland, just one of them, is a cartoon, but nothing is mentioned of it at all. Everybody, like everything in this movie stays the same, but one of the characters, maybe a minor character, is a cartoon and nothing is said about it. Nobody reacts to it or anything. Like I always wanted to see that. And I think that dream came from Last Action Hero. Like seeing that in that movie, but again, it's, you know, like kind of played for laughs. So that's kind of what I wanted to see, like in a Nomadland type movie. And I feel like I was sort of getting that a little bit. Like they're taking this children's story of Santa Claus and then giving it this gritty feel to it. It was like the night the reindeer died in Scrooged in that movie. You know, it's almost that. So. Or from, what is it? The Santa Claus. Remember when they're pitching, like, Santa Claus in a turbo tank or whatever they called it? Yeah, it was kind of like that. And, I don't know, I thought it was interesting. I don't know, the more I think about it, the more I liked it. Like, as I was watching, I was like, I'm not sure. Like, there were moments when I was like, actually, I think I really like this. I was kind of back and forth, but in the end, I think I do like it. Mel Gibson has some great acting scenes in it too. Like he's, I think, the greatest crier of any actor. And he gives us a little bit of that in this very emotional scene when he's looking at images of adults who became what they wanted to be when they were kids. So, you know, he might get them a you know, like a toy kitchen, and then that person grows up to be a chef, right? He's seeing this, and he's getting very emotional, and I just thought all of that was great. But yeah, I thought it was really good. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. But again, go into it knowing it's not like a high budget thing. It doesn't feel to me like something that would have been shown in the theater in masses. It doesn't have that sort of cinematic quality to it. Some of it does, but not everything. It still, it has a bit of straight to DVD-ness to it. But there's a lot good in it as well. So I don't know. One I liked. We watched it on Peacock, and I think that's the only place it's streaming now. It's one that I would consider owning. Wouldn't bother me to have that on physical media. But anyway, have you seen FATMAN? And if so, what do you think of it? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And also, just for like my own posterity, I had a family Christmas today, my stepmother's side, and just filmed a little bit of it. So that's, I guess, I'm just tacking it on the end of this just to have it for posterity for myself. And if you want to watch, feel free to do so. It's not very much, but I don't know. I needed to put it somewhere, so I could always reference it and always go back to it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.
They love stuff like this.
What's in it?
Here, show it. Turn around and show it to Grandma. To Great Grandma. Yeah, put yours on. And then go.
Say thank you.
Here,
Yeah.
walk up to Grandma and turn around so she can see it.
Here, I can tighten it for you.
That's great.
I wish I take my tiny
Here, I'll tighten it. Wow. So they're Christmas themed. Look at all that candy.
It's not broken!
We saw some cars coming from there with ice floats. They were covered in cars.
Smile. Aww.